Okay, welcome to the final episode of the first verse of the first chapter of 1st Nephi. Okay, right off the bat we start with how this last part started with a welema kuntu, or how it says it in the English one, yea, having had a great knowledge. Okay, so let's jump into this. Having had just does not work well in Arabic because we don't have haves, so to say having had really doesn't work too well. So instead we got lema kuntu, I was. So having had, I was in the state of having, or in other words, I was when I was. That kind of makes sense. It just doesn't translate well at all. I'm sorry. When I was is what that's saying. Walema kuntu. When I was, or having had, wesea, which means wide, spacious, or in our case, great. Great as in big. Great knowledge. El-ilmen. That's knowledge. Great knowledge. Oh, wow. El-ilm. El-ilmen. That's how you say it. El-ilmen. Great knowledge. Bisaleh. So saleh, without the be right there. Bisaleh. Saleh is goodness. Remember we used the word salihin for good. That was a plural form of good. Plural adjective for parents, because parents was plural. But here we have it singular, because we're just talking about goodness in general. Of the goodness. Salah. Bisalah. And the B is, in this case, the B means a lot of things. But in this case, it means of. Now, we're talking about all these words that mean of in different contexts. And you just, to be honest, I don't understand the grammar well enough to give you anything, but you'll understand when they work over time. And you'll be able to recognize them and be like, yeah, that's when you use this. That's when you use this for of. That's when you use that for of. And in this case, you use the be for of. And salah means goodness. Rab. May not remember this, I hope you do, because it's repeated all over in the Book of Mormon. It means Lord, the Lord. Wa means and. Be, of, again. Asrarahu. And Asrarahu means secrets, or in this case, mysteries. There's my dog barking. At the very end, we end with a who. Now, I think you remember this, but we're talking about how if it's in possession of someone, we use the E, as it's used right here, for ayami, my days, my, and with the who, it means his. His days. Oh my gosh, my handwriting is so bad, I apologize. His days. So we got, let's see if I can write them all out. Got E, Ka, Hu, He, Ne, Kum, those are the big ones, I think. Yeah, so E, mine, Ke, Ik, you, yours, Who, his, he, hers, ne, ours, cum, yours, plural, and, whom, theirs. Okay, so those are different forms of those in that case. So we're saying, I've had this knowledge. It just doesn't translate well at all. Had this wide, great knowledge of the goodness, bisalah, of the Lord, of the goodness of the Lord, and of his mysteries. His mysteries. Hu, sarar, hu. Okay, then we got fa'ini. Fa is one of those little letters that mean something by itself. It means so. So it'd be like in English saying then, or like in Spanish saying entonces. And it's fa'ini. And ini just basically establishes that we're talking about myself. It's kind of weird. In literally means if. So it can mean if or certainly. But we can also throw in one of these things at the end. One of these things to establish we're talking about the certain person. So you get inik, we're talking about you. Inne, oh, we're talking about us. It just kind of establishes who you're talking about in the next sentence. I don't know why they use it in Arabic. I'm not that good at the grammar yet, but I do know that's how it works. In this case, it's saying therefore. It kind of is just like with the fa, which is like so, and then the in, which means certainly. It kind of mixes together to kind of just mean a random word. Like in English, we say therefore, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just bleh. Therefore, then, certainly, and then with the e, we're establishing that we're talking about me, I. Idun is a form of a verb, and it means I make. Now, we haven't really gone over this that much, but verbs, if it's about I, it always starts with an alif with a hamza on top. It looks like this, always. I'll show you more examples within this. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but I make. Here we got sejeled, which is a plural form of record. No, it's singular form. Record. So I make a record. Lema, which lema means when, again, remember? When, in jazit, remember it's got the T right there, which means past tense, right? We got the I right there, the alif, which means I'm talking, right? Also, there's exceptions of this, different forms of verbs with different people and different tenses. It changes. Make that clear. But in this case, those work, and that means done. Done. When done, from amel, and amel means work or business. And those all kind of come together to kind of say, in my proceedings. In English, we just say in my proceedings. In Arabic, you say this whole long thing of when I was done from my work. Think about what that means. When I was done of my work, when my work was done, my proceedings. Fi ayami. Fi means in. Ayami, my days. My days. Okay. This is kind of a mess. Hopefully this somewhat makes sense. Yeah, Arabic grammar is kind of whack. Hopefully I'm helping somewhat instead of just confusing you more. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, there you go. Hopefully you're learning something over these lessons. I think you are. Yeah. I'm sure it helps somewhat. If nothing else, just because I guarantee you the translations do not work well. If I've experienced this myself, trying to use iTranslate, and some of them work great. Some of them, it just doesn't translate as well. So having this source of just having someone just tell you, hey, take the verse and tell you exactly what it's saying, it can help. Because some words, you type in like, I don't know, some of this stuff, and it just gives you a word that's not even close to the meaning it's supposed to be in this context, in ancient language, ancient Arabic. And so I'm sure this helps in some ways like that. With the grammar, which is my goal, to help you with the grammar, I don't know how well I'm doing because I get really confusing examples like this. لما أنجرت من عامل, and I understand it somewhat, but it's confusing enough to confuse me a little bit. I don't know how well I'm teaching it. So, I mean, that means proceedings. When I was done with my work, I guess that means proceedings. It's mind-boggling, I guess. But yeah, hope this is helping somewhat. Anyway, see y'all later, I guess.